Let's bring in Joe Catron. He's a U.S. human rights activist who joins us from the Gaza Strip to give us his thoughts on what has occurred in the occupied territories. Joe Catron, from the onset, Israel blamed Hamas and its operatives, as they called it, for the abduction of these 3 Israeli settlers, which they called an abduction, which translated into an unfortunate death of these 3 settlers. But the media campaign behind this was set into motion in terms of the pieces being put together. And here we have of course, the latest consequence being the death of this, or the murder of this Palestinian. Israel has yet to come out with a shred of evidence pointing towards Hamas being behind this. What is your reaction when you look at the way Israel has portrayed Hamas without showing any evidence to be the reason behind what is occurring in the occupied territories?
Well, I think Israel's made its agenda here very clear from the very beginning. As you say, it's presented no evidence implicating Hamas. Additionally, Hamas has not at any point claimed responsibility. However, Israel has nevertheless embarked on what it has openly admitted is a campaign to weaken Hamas in the West Bank and damage the new Palestinian unity agreement, in addition, supposedly, to recovering the 3 missing settlers. I have my doubt about how much of a priority that last goal was. It seems to have taken the Israeli Defense Forces 19 days to locate the 3 bodies, which were, we're told, half buried. I suspect that I could have located the 3 bodies 10 minutes from where they disappeared, half buried, in less than 19 days. And while I don't think the IDF is impermeable, I think they're a little better than that. If that's what they were, if they had actually been making it a point to find them, I don't think it would have taken this long.
I don't know, maybe the IDF, as you call them, we don't call them the IDF, but maybe they're weaker than what people think.
You're right, of course. I shouldn't call them that either.
No, that's okay. I mean, we saw this, I don't know if you saw this video of the Israeli soldier trying to climb over a wall, of which it went viral, and many ridiculed the invincibility of the Israeli army. But the other matter at hand over here is the fact that many don't realize that Israeli settlers, they're extremist settlers. This type of crime is actually, well, violence against Palestinians and Arabs is something they advocate from the very beginning, when even when their children are born, and the way they're even taught at school. Tell us a little bit about that, if you can, why that is advocated among Israeli extremist settlers, and that's common.
Well, this is a part of the settlement culture in the West Bank. It's been repeatedly denounced, especially in recent years, by bodies as diverse as the United Nations and the United States, for that matter. Increasing numbers of world governments have taken notice of settlers escalating crimes against Palestinian civilians in the West Bank. Many of these, called price tag attacks, are in retaliation for actions actually by the Israeli government, when the Israeli government takes action to dismantle one of the smaller settlements that it has not permitted. Settlers will in turn retaliate against Palestinian civilians by attacks on them or their property. And the culture of settler violence is something that has been escalating, I'm told, in particular this year. And we've seen it, of course, most recently last night with the apparent kidnapping and murder of Mohammed Abu Khdair in East Jerusalem.
Thank you very much for that. Pleasure. Joe Catron, U.S. human rights activist there from the Gaza Strip.